Jesus, to you I plead. Watch, don't get no horrors, but please take heed. I know you don't want no sermon, but my admonition is to guard you against all the evils of life that create strife and destroy life. Walk cautiously, children, be alert, because you have an enemy that's roaming the earth. I know you're young and restless, but you don't have to be careless. You see, sober thinking leads on to righteousness, to happiness, spiritual bliss. That's why I tell you this. Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. Now we sing it again. Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. I give you my counsel because I want to see all you young people live righteously. What you feed your mind with forms your characteristics and shape the path that you must walk tomorrow. Darkness or glow, joy or sorrow, that's why I'm concerned. So watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. Yeah, yeah. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. To all my sons and daughters in Germany, pass out, meine Kinder. Pass out, meine Kinder. Da ist jemand, der heißt Lucifer, hat eine Jude mit weißem Puder. Aber will dein Gesicht nicht pudern, denn bringt den Menschen nur Schlechtes. Oh, you're young and your future is ahead of you. Right or wrong, sweet or sour, depends on what you do. Taking the wrong direction will drain your constitution and promote mental chaos and confusion. Then corruption to gain a man, and that is not God's plan. Cuidado, mis hijos, to my Spanish children. Cuidado, mis hijos. Hay un hombre que se llama Lucifer con una bolsa de polvo blanco, y él no quiere formar tu cara, pero para traer pena y desgracia para la raza humana. To my French children. Attention, mes enfants.
Attention mes enfants.
Attention, mes enfants.
Attention mes enfants.
Il y a quelqu'un appelé
Lucifer avec un sachet de poudre blanche. Il ne veut pas saupoudrer vos visages, mais apporter honte et détresse à la race humaine.
To my East Indian children, dekho mere bacha logo, dekho mere bacha logo. एक इंसान जैसा शैतान है, उसका पास है टाइलर पाउडर का, और दूसरों को पाउडर नहीं लगाता है। मनुष्यता का नाम पर ये एक बदनुमा दबा है। Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer with a
I want to say good afternoon and a happy Sunday to you all. It's just about 12 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. And I thought that, it was very fitting that today, of all days, start off with this song. And, let it sink in a little bit, uninterrupted. Let it sink in. Let us really hear what's happening. And remember, just the words. I'm just sending out a thing here. Let me see. Meet me on the street and I'm sharing the live. So I hope that you all do the same. I want to say good afternoon to all of you. Want to say good afternoon to Donna Silly. I think I need to start a roll call. So I need to start to put down some names for a roll call. And as I jump in, I do the roll call one time. So I want to say good morning to all of you all that are locked on. We're just about 13 minutes past. Listra Dimatas, good morning to you. Paul Siran, good morning. Kadeen, good morning. Sherry and George, good morning to you. Supervisor, what's up? Mano. Yeah, Mano, the supervisor. Good morning to you as well. I want to say good morning. Did I say good morning to Paul? Good morning to you as well. Angie, good morning to you. Teresa Joseph, good morning as well. I'm going to scroll over to the YouTube in a little bit, but let them know how Mano to say it. Tell somebody to tell somebody the voice is on. Yeah, I'm excited. Today we're going to talk about a series of things. Sunday is supposed to be a very light day for me. I have chosen for Sunday to be a light day. Because to me, I know Sunday is a day, we go to church, family time, spend time with the family. I know that a lot of us, we home, we cook in the Sunday lunch, and all these different things. But I really said, so many things happening. Just last night, the youths were on the avenue fighting. Gunshots rang out. Some of these videos, I wish that Angie started already for the morning. Angie, you see, I've on my hat, eh? So you can't tell me nothing about my head being big or shiny or all them kind of thing. I put on my nice little hat today. And I don't think the hat have my head looking big. So you're looking nice today. I hope you could say so as well. But yeah, so many things happening in society, so many things happening around the world. I wanted to read in terms of the headlines today as well, but before I go into the headlines, I want to play a video for y'all. I wonder if how many of y'all remember the retired superintendent, senior superintendent. Anybody ever remember Johnny Abraham? Funny enough, in the last 3 days, Johnny Abraham has been trending all over social media, all over the media. Morning, my brothers. Morning, brothers and sisters. It's been trending all over. And I remember Johnny Abraham name used to be calling up in all kind of thing before he was a part of the Central Division, if I'm not mistaken. And then they would have moved him to the Port of Spain Division. And then after that, some little things started to take place and then he took his retirement. Well, today he surfaced and not today, but some days ago, and he's talking on a public platform. And I want you all to hear this before I go into it a little deeper. So I want you all, for those of you listening on conventional radio, join me on the Facebook and the YouTube. It's important because we had to sit down and look at some of the things that are happening today. I also saw a video online. These youths on them, apparently Big Chain is a pips. Big Chain is a gang thing now. Apparently when you're part of certain gangs, the bigger the chain is, the badder it is. I don't know. I hide my little chain, eh? Apparently the bigger you are, the bigger the chain, the badder it is. And these guys would have robbed some people last night as well. The video, I think it says it was people or members of the 9 gang or whatever. And there's numbers saying not, but only join the live. I want you all to see this, and then We'll go in further after that. So I want you all to join the live. I'm going to play this video. All right. Good morning to all of you all. I'm seeing everybody here. Donna Seeley, Teresa Joseph, Marilyn Green. Good morning. My friends. Even Lawrence, good morning to you. Brooklyn. I saw I had some people on yesterday as well from Brooklyn. New Jersey, good morning to you all as well. Kingsley, good morning to you. Let me make sure I have everybody in as well. Listra, good morning to you. I'm making sure I say it about 3-4 times. Yesterday somebody told me I doesn't want to answer the phone when they call in and all kind of things. So, and I will say I'll make a statement on that big chain thing, you know, because I have a big chain. But me having a big chain doesn't define who I am. Me having a big chain doesn't mean I'm a gangster or I'm a part of the element. I grew up from baby growing up. My grandmother used to have rings on her hands. Each hand had a ring, sometimes 2 rings on her hand. She had some big bracelets. She had about 3-4 chains on her neck. I mean, it wasn't big and stink like this, right? Let me show you. It wasn't big like this, right? But she had chains on her neck. She had rings and everything, and I grew up around gold. I like it. But that don't mean I'm a gangster. That don't mean I'm a big thief or a gang leader. You understand? Each one of us, we have our little likes. But I want us, don't get sidetracked just yet. Let's watch this video. And then when we come back, we're going to get into this conversation here. As well as the big chain talk and as well as the youths, because I was listening to other little things happening today. I'm going to touch in on all of it. So I'll say good afternoon once again. But let's look into this one here. So let me see if I could load this up for you. Where is the mouse? Let's go.
Shogunas is the headquarters of Central Trinidad. And they have the worst set of officers working there.
And this coming from the man who used to head the Central Division.
I went to Shogwana station yesterday, I almost cried.
The former senior superintendent said in Central there's a disconnect between the police and the people. And there seems to be a lot of desk-bound officers who should be getting their boots dirty in the streets. But Abraham, a man who had a reputation for a forceful approach with criminals, also criticized other officers for failing to send the correct message when coming face-to-face with lawbreakers. Abraham referenced a recent home invasion in Arangwes and said while the police did shoot and kill one of the suspects,
The thing is that they hold the next 5. What difference did I make with the next 5? I ain't telling them to commit no murder, the police. I ain't telling the police to commit no murder, but what difference did I make with the next 5? When you send that kind of message, you want to bet me there come back to our people?
Abraham told the audience that there's no point with letting justice happen naturally.
Laws, waste of time in this country. Imagine I resigned 7 years now, and I have matters in court since 2000. Since 2000. Yeah, great is the PNM.
But it wasn't just officers he urged to send a message. Abraham pleaded with the public to not make themselves soft targets, going as far as to suggest they too fight back.
I'm not telling all what to do if somebody come in all your house. And all your arm, all your separate cutlashes. I can't tell all because I know some people must be taking it, but I really care. Deal with them in whatever manner you see fit, but you will know what to say after.
And the former senior superintendent said while in the TTPS, he defended civilians who stood up for themselves.
I'm not afraid about no back inquiries. David West and them had their work to do. The police service had their work to do.
And Johnny Abraham told Shogunas West MP Dinesh Rambali, who hosted last evening's town meeting, that if ever the UNC comes back into power, he is ready to serve. Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
So. You all heard that. And firstly, I said, I was thinking about it and I said, but anyhow, I will reserve my comments. I had to. Number formulate it in my mind. Caller, good morning. We're opening up the
morning, sir.
Morning. Oh, you're going supervisor.
Well, I agree with Johnny Abraham 100%. Because I had to tell myself in the street, they could damage me. But if I home by me and they come in by me, them could get damaged. You understand? Because you can't have nothing in it. You can't have nothing. The other fella passed by me. I sit down in the veranda. He passed and he watching like he have a camera. There was a color vision. He have a camera like he's kind of looking, showing. So when I see him showing, I point up my hand up in the air, showing me that 4 camera looking at me. He go on one time. You understand? So people, watch all yourself, be careful all yourself. Inside your house, guard yourself. As they come in, you didn't invite them. Well, this is the action, because you can't be working hard for your money. You think you want to enjoy with your children and grandchildren and things. Somebody come easy just on take it and gone. Whether Abraham, I'm standing on your side. If you come by me, I'll help you too. I'll lend you one on my hand and my foot to pay kick and cuff too. So Trinidad and Tobago, Mommy Sauce, 35 Patrick Street, Zina, yeah, Uman Oga, Mr. Brother Sterling, Salman, everybody. Love is the answer. This is the station they listen to. Go tell somebody that the voice is on the air, 91.9. Love somebody, give somebody something to understand nothing about it today. I love everybody.
Thanks a lot, Mano. I was actually looking at it. Guys, the phone lines are open, 46653-91342-0081. I want to get your take on this before I put my little 2 cents on it. Good morning, caller.
Let me say good morning to you, voice.
Hey, good morning to you, sir. How are you going?
God bless you, by God, not by man, woman. And I hope all is well with you too. And man will start giving people things I'm talking about it, eh? Boys, I want to strongly support the former police officer, because today everybody in the country has to come up with their own crime plan to protect themselves. And I hope if I catch a man in my head and I kill him, that same Minister of National Security who have no plan crime, the same Commissioner of Police who have no plan crime, can come for me. Because this country is unsafe. We is ranking 6, the most dangerous country in the world. We pass Brazil, Jamaica, everybody. And we jamming still. Right? So each citizen today has to protect themselves. I need them to go and get a gun in them. But you have to protect yourself, because if we don't have a crime plan, to protect the citizens of this country, what next? So, look on the avenue, look, Ben and say, look, anywhere go, long time the class 11 there is a hotspot, no Grandy, so go no Princess Strong. Everywhere is a hotspot, nowhere is safe in Trinidad. If you go now on Google and type of Trinidad and Tobago, they tell you don't go to Trinidad and Tobago. The worst saying that we are a danger country. Look, a man get a rub a waka, you know. You saw the country, they stick up a man and rub him a waka. A man who cut in a grass on a lawn. A man come up with him and say, give me a waka. This is how, you understand? You understand? And we calling you and we saying you and PNM. And we understand our countries going apart. Killing every single day. A man getting killed from the station. It come like voice, it have a song. I don't know if it's before it's leave, but it's a song called with Anthony B. Cold Feet. And Cold Feet. Because this what happening now in Trinidad and Tobago. And we go to call him now and play the games and say Kingsley was saying his man, but the country unsafe. Anywhere you go, you can't leave your house in peace, because it's guns, it's robberies, it's rape, it's kidnapping, it's out of control, and we don't have a crime plan. So I am saying this, each citizen must come up with their own crime plan to protect themselves. If they get a gun to protect themselves, I do not know. I don't know. I believe that if citizens have their own gun today, it's supposed to be like America. We can just walk in and buy a gun. Gun laws supposed to be supposed to bill for gun laws in this country, because I want that gun to protect myself and my family now. Because I know this minister, the police, they try to protect me because they have no plan. What they are saying, go to church on Sundays and pray. Pray can't save me, you know, because God help those who help themselves. Thank you very much.
No problem. But Kingsley, I hear you have access to gun, you know. I hear that. Callers, the lines are open. Let me see the last time this phone was given trouble. All right, let me just put this here. Good morning, caller.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
It is quite disturbing to hear a policeman making that statement, a former policeman making that statement.
Mm-hmm.
I am troubled and I'm fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see. He's telling you, I will tell you what to say after you do what you do. Listen to me. God have mercy upon our country. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. I don't know, it's like if the nation kind of forgot who Johnny Abraham was. Johnny Abraham is talking about all of this here, and all it don't take me the wrong way. And some people saying, I support. So we are supporting our crime plan, and what we are agreeing to is that we acquire guns and just kill everybody. Y'all don't think, y'all understand what's going to happen, right? The more guns we have is the more killings it's going to have. And then we're not going to have to now stuff up the justice system a little bit even more, because now it's investigations to find out if the story you give me and what happened is what really took place. But still, people are kind of forgetting about who Johnny Abraham was. Johnny Abraham was the man who was in charge of the Central Division. Not just in charge, but in the Central Division, how many brothels it had? Hello? How many institutions and places it had up on that end where you could go and get your scratch, and other illegal activities happening, killings in enterprise, and all these different things happening. Where was Johnny Abraham then? What was he doing then? What was he enforcing then? You come and you're talking on platform because you're looking now for a political portfolio. So hear what he said, eh? When the UNC comes into power, he is going to support them 100%. As a former retired police officer, you ain't saying, as a retired police officer, I am willing to work with the authorities based on my experience and expertise to help reduce crime. No, let crime go on until the UNC come in power. And when the UNC come in power, I go do all what I could do to help. All you opening all your eyes and seeing what's taking place, right? Anybody opening the eyes and seeing what happening, or is it just me alone? And then we sit down and we praise him and we say, oh yes, well done, yes man, Johnny Abraham, you're talking. But what happened when you was there? Johnny Abraham, tell the public why you were transferred to the Port of Spain division. After so many things, and things started to happen in the Central Division, and they were being unearthed, tell the public why you were removed and transferred to the Port of Spain division. And then tell us about your retirement. Don't come here and go on a platform and talk all kind of tootishness. And then want the people and think to support you for what? Good morning.
Hello, morning, Dale.
Hey, alien man.
What's up? Morning to all the listeners, all the viewers. Yeah, that political rhetoric can make no sense. And Dale, I want you to understand what readers be talking about in terms of supporting the government. Right? So you're waiting until UNC come in power to do what you had to do or to offer whatever it is they had to offer, right? But they wanted talk about Dr. Rowley saying who dead and who live, but that is what Johnny Abraham said, you know. In the meantime,
while I waiting to come in, if anti-cams and them come in power, who dead and who live. And then he'll mix it up with the advice that going in. Now, mind you, my personal take is that whether it's Chinese, Indian, Syrian, Creole, Mulatto, French Creole, and you go in somebody's house, take where get. You understand? That's that. Now, what they're doing is that they're mixing it up into a kind of race political thing, but that's not what it is all about. Because once you enter a home to do what you're going to do, it don't matter what race you is, you come under the banner of evil. You understand? Yeah. And what I'm doing in terms of what Gary Griffith does do and what he does do in terms of trying to twist something, a tenet that where people trying to defend themselves and stuff like that and come and say, well, we can do it when we come, that is real rubbish house. And that is what people does be vexed with. That is the argument. That's why the PNM people just commit crime and support the PNM. It's the things that they don't do. Well, you know, supporting the PNM is a criminal offense, right? You know that, right? Depending on who call in, you will get an affirmation that supporting this government is a criminal offense. That's why all of them saying they're waiting until anti-cams come in, because if they support this government with anything or any initiative, be it in the parliament, be it in terms of advice, be it in terms of whatever input they can give, it's a criminal offense to support this government, right? So that's why they ain't coming around. And that's what we're talking about, they'll neutralize. It's time for them to neutralize and let me tackle the situation head on. But I don't support this political rhetoric. However, I'm not going to be self-righteous to say that if I catch somebody and I can defend myself, what will happen, right? We got to separate our issues, and the sin them committing is that they're not separating their issues. Thank you, Dale. I'll call back to you later. I hope I make some sense.
Yeah. You made a lot of sense there. And I'm going to pay some bills. So when I come back, we're going to come back with some more. Don't touch your dial. Keep it locked to the street. 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street. 919 FM.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless, non-invasive, and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031, or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
The Clifton Hill Beach Resort presents Borough Anniversary Dinner and Dance on Saturday, 29 April at the Clifton Hill Beach Resort, Point Fortin. Dinner and dance cost $500, $250 for the dance only. Dinner will be served from 6:30 to 9 p.m. After 9 p.m., it's party time with Pal, Joey Lewis, Mr. Desmond, and Alpha B, with a special guest, the Baron. You can win dance prizes and door prizes. Tickets strictly from advertised outlets only. The Neighborhood Grill, Clifton Hill Beach, Sion's Bar, Coffee Street, San Fernando, and WAC Radio. Let's put some class back into our Borough celebrations in the Borough Anniversary Dinner and Dance. Get your tickets early.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Dale, good morning. I have one thing to say. Regardless of whatever crime situation it have in the world, Trinidad and Tobago is the only place that is, especially the social media in Trinidad and Tobago, there's only advertise the crime situation. Yes, it is a serious thing. But if you look through Jamaica, St. Lucia, and these other places that have crime, it have plenty crimes in the Caribbean. America, plenty crimes. But they do not advertise it like Trinidad and Tobago. And Johnny is politicizing that if the UNC come back into office, he's ready to serve. But under a certain car dealer who was in central Trinidad, it had, the crime rate was very high. The crime rate was very high. It had invasion. It had the war that was going on down in Chaguanas there. You understand? And you was in charge. Why you were transferred from Central to Port of Spain? And it is alleged that you had to take an early retirement.
And today I'm willing to nation put my head on a block and ask Johnny Abraham. Johnny Abraham, tell us why you took an early retirement. When you were in charge of the Central Division and we had people like Robocop, we had people like Sharon, right, in Central, and all these different things happening. The war, the big war, Enterprise, and the home invasions and the robberies and the car thefts and all these things happening. Chaguanas was a hotspot when you were in power. So then what are you telling the nation now? That you wasn't willing to work at that point in time, but now you're waiting for the UNC to come in power so that you could effectively help aid in reducing crime in TNT? That what you're telling us? I don't know, like we need to wake up and smell the coffee. We need to sit down and again I'm telling all you. I know some people are very happy that I'm talking about this, but this angers me. It makes me feel upset. It makes me feel sick to the core. Because at the end of the day, if you could stand up on a stage, on a pulpit, a pew, and speak words that you're saying, yo, I am not going to come and do anything until a certain party or government comes in place. Then my question to you is, do you really love this country? You really care about this country, bro? Or is this just the retirement money in making sense, the money in, so let's go into politics now. And everybody is blinded by the fact that, hey boy, Johnny Abraham had a different approach, you know. He was more out there, he was this, he was that, but do you really care about the country? Persons like Gary Griffith, I would ask, Mr. Griffith, is it that you're waiting for elections to call so that you will have a chance in governance, and maybe when you get that chance in governance, you're going to try and deal with the crime situation? Or are you willing to sit down and work with what is here in place right now and say, let's put all hearts, all minds, all hands, all foot, everything into it, and let's try and solve crime in TNT. Let's try to make TNT a better place. Let's try to get out from the top 10 in crime in the world. Let's try to trickle down to the top 100. Is that what we really want, or we comfortable with the bacchanal, or the crime ain't really criming yet? The crime ain't that serious yet, because here what I'm hearing people saying, let us equip ourselves with guns. How is guns going to solve the problem? We have so many people here who can't even control the temper.
One more thing,
I feel like I'm talking by myself, like nobody else has to say.
Dale, hello? On here, right?
Call morning.
Yeah, Dale. One more thing. I like what you're saying that the crime and
I don't know what went on there. All right.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, going ahead. What I say now, like I say, the crime and the statistics thing, Dale, let me tell you something, eh? You should rename that statistics to the country that reports crime the most. I was listening to it. I listened to the program in terms of the statistics what they had the other day with Pastor Google and things. And what they were saying is that it is reported crime. So what we have in this country is people reporting crime. It is not the truth that Trinidad has the most crime in the world. I'm going to tell you something. These foreign journalists and these foreign people, they know how to dance with. They know how to play with things to make things look a particular kind of how. And they treading on the misunderstanding of people. Because we could never have more crime than certain countries in the world. Congo, Myanmar, the Middle East, Russia and all, they have 1/10 of the things that are take place in Russia. So I would refer to the statistic, that reporting that they had there, in terms of saying that is not the truth there. Let me be basic and let me be real. That is not the truth. And as far as guns is concerned, Dale, I am not going to be a hypocrite and say that I do not support that. Because I'm going to tell you something, brother. It is brutal. The public have to answer back now. Forget about the political thing. If we don't make a step up and develop the attitude towards the evil that's stalking the land, they will just trample over us because them lawbreakers don't care that is illegal guns they have, you know. But we need to have the playing field at a kind of even kind of way then. Because all the law-abiding citizens not going to go and rob with a firearm and stuff like that. However, if we could just add on like strict rules of brandishing. Don't be in a bar. If you're in a bar and we see you drinking in a bar and you have your firearm, you lose your license. If you're brandishing a certain kind of way now, brandishing could help in terms of to avoid a crime. But we got to stricken down on the rules of brandishing and stuff like that. But let we be real now, man. Them monsters and them, it's no piece of 2x4 and thing to deal with them brothers and them out there. And it's hapless people living in house by themselves, woman with daughter by themselves, they're raping the daughter in front of you. Nah, man, only to beat up on that gun. It's you so much. If you understand what I'm saying, because if we don't do it, we're going to get it still, boy. If you understand. And everybody knows somebody who get bullet innocent. Everybody in this country know it. Because I ain't certain, but that's about when it reach home. But it don't reach home to plenty people already. If you understand what I'm saying. Right? So we had a kind of temper that discussion where firearms is concerned. Like, I'm not going to be no hypocrite.
Thank you very much. I'm looking through the Firearm Users License Act. Because I'm hearing a lot of people talking about, yeah, bring the firearms, bring the firearms, bring the firearms. We have persons right now, I think it's chapter 8. Persons who are in possession of a firearm legally and does not know the Firearm Users Act, the Firearms Act, chapter 16(1) of Trinidad and Tobago. There are people who carrying firearms and don't know. I've taken some calls. I'm looking through for something very in particular with this because I want to deal with it, you know. And then I want to go back with Johnny Abraham as well. Call him morning.
Good afternoon or good morning, Mr. Deal.
Hey, good morning to you, sir.
You know, now I've been listening a couple of days and I'm hearing everybody with the government and the crime plan and the crime plan and the crime plan, right? When I'm doing planning, I'm planning for something that I want to do that hasn't happened as yet, right? So is it that basically that they're asking the government to take their time out of parliament and go and start planning for all the commissioners and them to go and take the time to plan, start studying for things that may happen or may not happen because we do it will be speculatory, right? Now, when a crime is going to happen, it is somebody, as we say in America and in criminology, crime is a thing of opportunity. Somebody forget the keys in the car, and then basically somebody opportunity they take they jump in the car, the keys already, and they drive off. Or somebody forget the window open, or whatever it is that basically in that thing. Now, in certain areas, they have what is called neighborhood watch, and they are connected to the internet and all these sorts of things. right? Now, I was looking at Nashville, the Nashville shooting there, and what happened there, all of the young fellas that were thrown out of parliament and reinstated because basically the young children and the people in the area where they had the shooting came and supported the parliamentarian protesting that basically that the Republicans, the majority, do something about the gun shooting and they want them to do with the gun laws. Because right now in America, there's a big fight over the gun laws. The people from the gun agencies sponsoring people that do that basically that they should not get the laws passed in the states and thing, but the majority of Americans want, I think it's 70% or 90% or 80% of Americans want gun laws to be taken and begin gun control and doesn't have all these other laws where people brandishing guns and all kind of thing. Right. And some states trying to rebel and moving away and saying colleges, students and all kind of thing. You should check up what's going on in America. And next place that you should check right now what is going on with the high crime rate. Since this new government came in, is Italy, because this mafia has taken over, and then basically this crime that is going on now because it's the mafia ruling in the government, basically thing. You know, Mr. Dale, so when you're listening to now, coming back to here with crime plans and things, what it is basically we have to ask ourselves now, what it is that we are doing, start organizing in our neighborhood to look out for each other as putting creating neighborhood watch that will fight on these things. Then jumping up and stating that basically the state, we at Tenant we are exempting ourselves of our own responsibilities and placing responsibilities on everybody else and jumping up, or is it like in 2010 we had they had crime plan to solve crime in 60 days and solve water and flooding and all that thing, and we still having the same thing, Mr. Dale. I'm just asking, and the same Mr. Abraham. What was called, and he was forced in that position in Chagwadas where he was. There were claims of basically he was collecting monies for business people and was in league with business people. So I don't know how it is, you know. But I say what I looked on and listening, Mr. Dale. So
Yes,
basically, I want to know basically if we didn't get it, if they had crime plan in 2010 was to solve crime and all this and flooding and all that thing, and we still have it. I want to see, well, maybe who will come up with all these brilliant plans that basically going to stop people from who and thing. And then when we're talking about crime, let's talk about if it's white collar crime or blue collar crime, Mr. Deal. I locked on and listening.
Thank you. I'm listening, you know. Today is a day everybody is able to say their 2 cents. When Johnny Abraham was in office as the senior superintendent of the Central Division, why we wasn't talking so flamboyant? Why Johnny Abraham wasn't so enthusiastic about dealing with crime? Or is it because I'm trying to get a political post in a political party and I'm going to say now that I'm only going to help solve the problem with crime when I become a part of the party and the party becomes in power. The party comes in power. I see a little WhatsApp here. Morning to you, TC. And this is what we had to find out, because we're hearing all of this taking place, but I'm not hearing these same people talking about what can we do to solve crime. I do not believe in each and every person or every business person, everybody that believes they are legitimately supposed to hold a firearm. I don't believe that, you know, putting people in fire, giving them a firearm is going to help crime. That's going to create crime. It's going to create crime. We have so many people, even people on the radio station, who can't even control the emotions. You imagine you putting a gun in some of these people's hands, what's going to take place, TNT? And we want to give business people guns? I could never take Johnny Abraham seriously. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to come on the radio and song like this, or probably song better for some of y'all who may be taking it the wrong way. But I can't take Johnny Abraham seriously. I know And I want Johnny Abraham to come out and tell the public, what about the retirement? Why after you were moved to the Port of Spain division, what took place then? And then your untimely, very hasty resignation or retirement, I should say, from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Tell us about that. Tell us about some of the situations that took place during your tenure in Chaguanas, when Sharon Sukdeo was alive, when they had the Enterprise Bacchanal and the killings and the war and all these things. How come you didn't have a big crime plan then? It is alleged that they had a nice little understanding, a MOU, between yourself and the criminals in Central. And I haven't seen a change between when you were in Central and when you're not in Central now. But then you're holding your head and you're saying, oh, you're so shame. And the officers this and the officers that. Weren't you not seeing the officers when you were there? Morning to you, Theresa. I see it. There's no frighten, you know, we all have our things to do as well. It's okay. Anybody have an ear and an eye to see and an ear to hear? Or is it that we are so consumed with the political side of it? And we flabbergasted by his pretty words. So it's cool. It's a cool scene. I don't know. You all heard it, right? Now I'll just play that part for y'all. Then I'm going to go and take a quick break and come back. Because I don't understand. Call a morning. Call a morning.
Pleasant. Morning to you, Dale. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Dale, let me tell you something. One of the things is that I'm glad you talked about the political affiliation, and persons are not concerned about what is really taking place in our nation. For instance, when you looked at your rating 6 in terms of the world, in terms of crime and criminality, right? Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something, Dale, look how long we gained independence, right? And political parties like PNM and the UNC were given chances in office, especially the People's National Movement. So you're telling me that from inception to now, you do not have a proper crime plan. You know crime was uprising from the get-go, from day one. So you wouldn't have put things in place, like take notations and put that in place. Okay, I understand that Mr. Manning was able to throw his hat in the ring and try stuff like the eye in the sky, anaconda, blimp, all these different things, right? And yes, it worked to a point, but would you think in the right thinking leadership and mind and the Prime Minister, who is the head of national security, and the National Security Minister stating now to me that that is not his job? It may not be a job, it may be the COP, the Commissioner of Police job, but and you say you don't want any political interference, right? Look how many things that you will interfere with in terms of not your place and your time, and it's still been able to work, right? So you're telling me, as the National Security Minister, you're not able to give suggestions? Well, we the citizen now is going to give suggestions. I'm going to make a list of stuff and give them suggestions. Let me see if they're going to take it and pass it on to the relevant authorities, because they're only playing politics with the people of this country. You can imagine that people who finance the party is the one who gets in the positions in this party. And when you look at the East Indians who in the PNM party, they're only because allegedly financing the party. People like myself and others have no place in the People's National Movement, whether we have good ideas, indifferent ideas, trying to settle the foundation of this country and the party. It have nothing in this process either. It's the upper class. And you can recall when the Prime Minister said that you have to something to the effect that you have to enrich the rich in order to help the poor, or some nonsense like that. We need to get out of this mentality that this is not PNM country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to pay some bills and I'm going to come back, because every time you all say something, it intrigues my mind and jogs my mind into things that I remember. And some of the things I could say without a shadow of a doubt. And there are other things that When I come back. This one different, you know. When I come back. Y'all keep it locked to the street 919 FM. Let me pay those bills and I will be back. Where is I'm looking for it. Alright, countdown is on. So see y'all on the flip side.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845-349-5178 or 342-7303.
The Clifton Hill Beach Resort presents Borough Anniversary Dinner and Dance on Saturday, 29 April at the Clifton Hill Beach Resort, Point Fortin. Dinner and dance cost $500, $250 for the dance only. Dinner will be served from 6:30 to 9 p.m. After 9 p.m., it's party time with Pal, Joey Lewis, Mr. Desmond, and Alfred B. With a special guest, the Baron. You can win dance prizes and door prizes. Tickets strictly from advertised outlets only. The Neighborhood Grill, Clifton Hill Beach, Sion's Bar, Coffee Street, San Fernando, and WAC Radio. Let's put some class back into our Borough celebrations in the Borough Anniversary Dinner and Dance. Get your tickets early.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Shoguanas is the headquarters of Central Trinidad. And you have the worst set of officers working there. I went to Shoguana station yesterday, I almost cried.
Abraham referenced a recent home invasion in Aranguez and said while the police did shoot and kill one of the suspects,
the thing is that they hold the next 5. What difference did I make with the next 5? I ain't telling them to commit no murder. The police, I tell the police to commit no murder, but what difference did I make with the next 5? When you send that kind of message, you want to bet me there come back to our people? Laws, waste of time in this country. Imagine I resigned 7 years now. And I have matters in court since 2000. Since 2000. Yeah, great is the PNM. I'm not telling all what to do if somebody come in all your house. And all your arm, all your separate cutlashes. I can't tell all because I know some people must be taking it, but I really care. Deal with them in whatever manner you see fit, but you will know what to say after. I'm not afraid about no back inquiries. David West and them had their work to do. The police service had their work to do.
Dale, good morning again. I want to ask a question. If I have a plan to do something, right? Should I let you know what is my plan to do what it is I'm going to do? Or should I just execute my plan? I want to know, I'm asking questions because the way how some people get it on in this country, they want to know. Whatever plans that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service have with the Commissioner of Police, you understand? I wouldn't let you know what it is I'm going to do. Why should I let you know? So in other words, here I'm going to tell you, hey, I plan to go and bust that block, you know. You understand? And the information leak out. Well, then I ain't go hold nobody. You understand? This is why when they have in roadblock, they don't tell anybody anything. And it have some people, they'll be vexed with that and they say, who the hole? The hole anybody? They get anything? You understand? But you see the information that is passed, information is very easy to pass. And if the wrong is right, it could end up elsewhere and you wouldn't hold nobody. You understand? We is our own demise. We is our own demise. Have a good day.
Phone lines are open 3420081 4665391. I don't know. It just not making sense to me, you know. It really not making sense to me. I don't know if it making sense to y'all, but it not making sense to me. Because 1 minute we all so cool and happy, and now I don't know. The phone line's open. All you could call in. Good morning, caller.
I did.
Hey, what's up?
Quite sure that I really had is, you know, Mr. Manny that said, Trinidad is not an easy country to run. I remember Panday, throwing up his hand up in the air. You understand? A lot of people can remember Panday throwing up in the air and say, what you going to do? We know what to do. And he was the head of National Security Council. So you're going to tell everybody, I say, what are we doing? You're going to do, what are we going to do? What the police going to do? So you tell them you're going to have a roadblock down the road. So you tell your friends and everybody, hey, they have a roadblock. Don't come down the road, not going to pass in the back street and all kind of thing. So that's a really kind of funny kind of people, boy. Really good. How you ask the police what's the plan? How you ask the police what's the plan? If the police decide to have a roadblock, in, let's say, Tunapuna on the main, and you tell only that who passing on the main with the back main and things. They pass in the back road, so because they are no block in the back road, so all they be careful, all they stupidness, all they talking, you want that plan. And you fella from, what's the name? Fella from Central? I don't know if it's a man or woman. I wonder what you really want. Listen, mister, you cool yourself in a corner, because we don't know if it's a man or woman, because women that make one different thing from man, you know, gone.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You don't feel good unless I play that, eh? You don't feel good. Oh, God. Now, my thing is, and I'm playing out some voice notes as well. Exactly what was said. We want to fix crime, but we want to be mama guide at the same time. So we want to know every area and every crime plan that we're going to have, to know exactly the nitty-gritty, so the bandits and the criminals going to know what the police service doing for them to get catch. I don't know if that making sense, Sole. Call them morning.
Good morning, Dale.
You're laughing?
I had to catch myself now. Oh, God. And it's a good thing, you know, to hear all of this, because, you know, there's no Dale, there's no what is a comedy show anymore. The things that people say, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. I remembered the former commissioner of police said the government gave him money, give him advice, and also tell him if he needs foreign assistance, they're going to give it to him. And he said, no, he can handle matters. What do you want the government to do? So the government have to tell you, if the government did not come out and say that, he came out and said that, right? And so the government must come out and tell you what they're going to do. It's very strange. When a manager or in a business make plans, they don't go down to the low-line employees. All the managers, certain managers will know certain things, and the lower managers, even the last-line manager, who is the supervisor, will know what he has to do, right? Because they're doing things to make things work in the company, right? So that's how the government governs. But Dale, it's up to the people. You know what, Dale? I'm not hearing the business people crying out and saying who finances drugs and guns. Yes, they're calling out these Laventil and Mover. How do you think any one of those guys, check them out, pull them out, and tell me which one of them have the money to finance those type of things deal? But they are getting killed out. And we know the reaction from the top to the bottom, how these things go, because we hear about it. We look at documentary. These fellas are used, right? They go to court and things. That's only, that is just for us to feel that there's something happening in the community. We holding the little boys, but it's not them. They are not financing those things. I don't know what's the reason for these guns, these type of guns coming in this country. It must be to kill people. They'll or to fight a war, having stock when it's needed. And we must say it as it is. These boys are not, they cannot finance that type of weapon. And they're not financing because no drug man or gun stockists will put their negotiate with these little boys. We know that. Right, Mr. Abraham? Listen, if you want to help and stop talking. Dale, I wrote something earlier. You know, when there's bad weather or something, a lot of ants and cockroaches fly out from under where they are because it's not safe. They look for a better place. It's something like, you know, a lot of people coming out now, something like election is in the air. Have a pleasant day. I'm listening on the radio.
Thank you. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Dale, let me say this first before I make my contribution. You see, everything good in this world was created. Human being had a part to do with that. And everything that is destructive and chaotic, human being also had a part to do with that. When we use the vocabulary, we must know to use the vocabulary for the development of our future generation. And let me just put in this too. Many times I see on Facebook, those same guys and them in Laventil showing us garbage bags $100, garbage bags at $20. So they have the money. And I would not come down with that ex-past policeman because he have no authority. He have no power. He's just a human being just as me and you. I will ask the person who I given my resources, because there are people we given hundreds of millions of dollars to fix the crime and to have a safer country. But when we use the vocabulary for agenda, we will get more crime and it will not stop. And if we have to be frank and honest to ourselves, Point up here don't have no gang leaders, and Point up here don't have all those killings and house breaking and thing. If we watch beyond the tape, and we must not be biased, because the elders and them that keeping a blind eye to what's happening in the community, it will have a devastation, reflection on the future. But they're keeping a blind eye on it. And the ones who transparent and watching, they will express their view as what I am doing now. If you look at Dr. Rowley constituency, I showed it many crime hotspot those area. Look at Colimbot area. Look at Fitzgerald's area. Look at Camille Robinson Regis area. Those are where all the crime hotspot there. And you cannot tell me the MP and them representing them community for 60 years and they don't know what happened in the community. Penal, Debe, Woodland and Barako, Rural Munilal, no, it don't have no gang leaders and no heinous crime. People might drink rum and kill one another. That is crime too. But the kind of house breaking in we see, I am seeing the young people and them, their mothers and fathers Many of them, 90% of them, in the PNM party. All you can talk to all the children and bring them up the right way. Let the MP speak to the community. How it is? You can get 400,000 people to come out and vote for your party, and you can't get 400,000 people to speak to the children and motivate them, inspire them, and encourage them. How it is? You can't do that. But you can call the radio station and say PNM, PNM every day. Common entrance, the children ride common entrance the other day. I hear one of them ask the children them to do good. And I hope my grandchild do good. And my son going to do good. Only PNM, PNM, PNM. And PNM, they're 60 years now. For the past 8 years. For the past 8 years in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, we give National Security Ministry over $50 billion. Nowhere else in the world get that kind of money. Nowhere else in the world national security get that kind of money. But we want to chastise an old policeman who was taking down Shogunas, all the Grasta City and gang site are down there. He don't have that no more again. So he did well. He did well. And plus he come out of the police service alive and strong. We will condemn a man who have no power and defend the person who we give $50 billion. Something wrong with the thinking of human being. But human being did not think born and create a thing bias like that. We're supposed to be innovative. We're supposed to be constructive. And most of all, we're supposed to speak on behalf of the future generation. Many talk shows not doing that. Thank you.
Before I take our next call, because I hear in that penal and down south don't have no crime. I don't like when people call and talk foolishness on the nation's airwaves. Turn yourself to the screen that you're seeing in front of you right now. For those of you who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, I don't like dotish talk. I tell all you already and I gotta come back and say it again. I don't want rum shop talk here. Crime is everywhere in Trinidad and Tobago. Watch on your screen right now. What you're seeing? Cunupia, Arima, Sandy Grande, South. Penal DB. All day. South on the bottom there, right? What are you seeing on this side here in terms of we have the meanings of the type of crimes that are more prevalent in each area? Gun related, knife related, beating, body found. Look at the bottom there in South alone. And for all you who saying I make up this, let's come across here. January 2022 murders. Sandy Grande, 3 gun related. Arima, 8 gun related. 1 body found. South, 11 gun related. Cunupia, 1 gun related. East-West corridor, 20 gun related. 1 beaten to death. 1 body found. 1 stab. Tobago, 1 throat slit. 1 body found. What you say? It are no crime? In where? South? Don't do me that shippiness now. Crime is everywhere. And if you want to come here and defend somebody and talk about he has been in the service and he this and he that and the other. From 2015, my boy was in retirement. The last speech he said is that I will do to whatever it is to help those, to help crime and whatever, right? 2015 to 2023, that's approximately how many years? 7 years, right? Because the 31st of December 2015 was when Johnny Abraham would have retired. Have we heard from Johnny Abraham from 2015 to now? Somebody tell me. So why now it is that a man coming up on a platform and saying, I'm going to help with crime, I'm going to subscribe and do whatever, but I'm only doing it if a certain party is in power, and then what we going to say, we coming on here to defend that? I tell you, I don't talk politics talk, you know. We talk in reality. We supporting that. Or they don't make me start to pull out thing and start to talk all kind of thing here, you know, because I will do it. Then we want to jump up on the media, talk about Fitzgerald Hines talking about he's not in charge of creating a crime plan. If the Minister of National Security is the man to create the crime plan, then why we have a commissioner of police? Like just the manager then. We vex when Keith Rowley going to turn sod somewhere and hear what we saying. We asking him about crime. And he say, all you know, hear the words, and you see the media is very powerful, you know. This is not the place for that. Or you come my wedding and ask me about the envelope? Or you have to be mad. Now come down a little bit. Call a good day. It's after lunch.
Dave, good afternoon to you, my dearie.
Well, mommy, I was not going to say today I'm going to send you a little message because I find I'm not hearing you on the radio.
Well, sweetheart, I was in Tobago.
Oh, yes. I forget.
I don't miss. I spent some good days up there. I don't miss that, but I was listening to you from across there. I was listening to the program. Honestly, I don't miss that at all, darling. How are you going?
I did cool, you know. I did cool.
Yes, because somebody called me and told me they heard you were speaking and you was worried, and then they called me. They said, "I'm not sure she in Tobago." And that's right. Mommy, good morning, good afternoon to my darling. We all work out there, but she's still there. You understand? We bumped up together. Gail, I want to tell you something. You see that cartoon character just speak there? You hear me, darling?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Yeah, that cartoon character just speak there. He speak utter rubbish. I listen to Wayne Mark. Just imagine Wayne Mark calling my prime minister criminal or going prime minister. Wayne Mark, you and all sound like a cartoon character. Wayne, there is crime all over the place. A matter of fact, I am reading in Colombia what is taking place in Colombia right now. You hear what I'm telling you about? Wait, let me tell you something. And Mr. Johnny Abraham, Dale, I know him very, 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 very good. You hear what I'm telling you about, right?
Right.
You know what he reminds me of? Gary Griffith. You see, in Point, he went walking all over Point yesterday. You understand me? Because he tell himself he go be the prime minister. But I'll tell all you something. Jump it, like it or don't like it. Keep Christopher Rowley. Whenever he leaves the People's National Movement, that is when it's time for him to go. All you will humble him out to run him out of the office. You hear what I'm telling you about? Dale, let me tell you something. Eh? We, the people in Trinidad and Tobago, so damn happy. And you know that?
Yeah.
We real happy.
We happy like papi.
I'm telling you, it's a set of jab and clown. The just on the one who just out there too. You know what crime is, and you hear the right calling? You hear rain, this thing, deal is all over the place. You hear? What I would like to see done for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, you know, let's take it down. But you know, we have the Prime Minister and meets tomorrow. Please God for 2 days. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We hope to see the outcome of it. And I know anything that my Prime Minister, my representation of Diego Martin West, you know, I know he always think about the people trying to be one. He will go further. You know that, right, my darling?
Yeah.
So you have a good one. And don't let them cartoon character call in your station and talk utter rubbish. Flush it in the lap screen, right? Have a good one.
You too. I listen, I listen and I'm watching somebody comments. And imagine, I am now debunking because we are dealing with crime in the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. And persons will jump up on a chat to say, I defending the PNM. Come on. I don't defend no political party. I am here to talk the facts. You can come on the radio and say it have crime in Laventille, it's a crime in Diego Martin, but it don't have crime in Penal, it don't have crime in Debe, it don't have crime down south. And I'm in charge here right now. I am in charge of what it is being put out into the airwaves, into the minds and hearts of the people. It's our young people sitting down listening to the radio because they lie me with Granny, they lie me with Nenen, or they want to just come and hear what's happening in the country. And we talking this level of tata here on the radio. And I must sit down and say, yeah, because why use a UNC? Or somebody's a PNM, so I must say things to please the PNM, or say things to please the UNC, say things to please the PDP. And then what? My whole thing is that Trinidad and Tobago needs to become better. And becoming better is not giving every man jack a gun and say, defend yourself. Or, as Johnny Abraham say, jump out with a cutlass. And just know what to tell the police after. That's the mentality. That's what we're looking at. That's what we want for 2023 into 2024 and beyond. Really? Or you don't do me that call out? Morning.
Morning, Mr. Dale. You know, I just tuned in and happened to hear a so-called Rasta man for months been carrying down my race. This is what it is about. Not about PNM or UNC. It's about carrying on my race because a political party is in power. You understand what a man just tell me? I have a next one from Dolbasa Trace here where he said to me, kill them, follow them back home. For the past week, there is a mantra going around. Think about it. Johnny Abraham had no power, but why the media went to him? And for a man to make a statement like that as a former police to defend my state, my taxpaying dollars was paying me, and if you look up, getting him a pension now. And I'm going with what I think I heard you said, that he only contributing if another party is in power. That's what I heard you said a while ago.
Yeah, but that's what the man say. That's what the man say.
Well then, as the Prime Minister say, partner, you package your RG bundle and go. Then you are not a Trinbigonian. That is why this one called to defend that. That's why that is to defend he. That's why he called to defend that, you know. Because crime only happens in Lavantil. And if you ask them what is the size of Lavantil, they could only point by the tamarind tree, you know. They could only point and show you what they seen when they're going up on the beach, you know. That's what them consider to be Lavantil, you know. So they see a group of people living in what we would consider somewhat subhuman condition because you might pass and see a plyboard. But I tell them if you pass go and look at the plyboard, you might see a air conditioned thing hanging up on the piece of plyboard. So they don't discredit my community because of you tell yourself are suffering. Because if you look sharp, I tell them, the man and them who have the scrap iron dealers making money today started out on the beat. They created $1 million industry. And all the scrap iron dealers think, I ain't see nobody from the beat making money. Dale, thanks. Enjoy you. I don't know what to say. It's something, I hope my kind with, at the end of the day, it's about because of the political parties in office, is to discredit my kind. Did you hear the opposition leader on Friday in the parliament? I hear a lady bring a motion in the parliament, and when she don't describe my country, if you was a foreigner, you ain't come here. My Minister of Public Utilities had to get up and defend that and explain, you know the RIC only was able to raise electricity rate one time in its entire existence there. Enjoy it.
You too. You too. Caller, good day.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Good day, Dale. Let me tell you this. Mr. Peter and them playing smart with foolishness. Let me tell you this. Mr. Peter and them know where all them things coming from in the country. You understand what I'm saying? Mr. Peter and them know the history of where the drugs come from. It didn't come from Lavantil. It didn't come from no area like that. It came from all the areas and I have them kind of people. It's them started. And I want to say that I have no crime in South. I'm from South. I born and grew up in South. So where do them guns come from? It ain't come from no hills of Lavantil. They come from Cedars and the Caucus, all them areas and them distributed to them little boys up in the hill and them the boys kill one another. They be real out here. You know, pay them thing, you know. These people and them who want to come and take over the country again, them know the crime. That's why they're defending all them criminals and them know that. Them encouraging it. But I from South. All the corruption happening in them areas. So if people trying to play smart with foolishness, people better come again. I born and bred in Library. You understand what I'm saying? Crime starts in South. It started in South. But it gets worse now. And it didn't happen 7 years ago. It was going on for 20 years.
Yep.
For 20 years. It didn't happen 7 years ago. So they can't bring the pain in. And when them had 29 people in the government, they didn't do one single thing. Look, Ramona Ramsey was begging Chile that Prime Minister is on trafficking. So what she do? She get rid of she and put somebody and she put somebody else who she favor. Look, Mr. Pina, you better open your eyes and realize how to take place here. There's no Indian or African. There's reality. Crime is all over. Crime is all over.
Them support them until them can do trafficking. They have no money. They have no bank to have insurance. We all know who's doing it, but we free to say because we might also like on the radio station. But we know who doing all the crime. We know who bringing the guns. We know what the containers. We know that. I want to talk much before the really get in trouble. Have a nice day.
You too. Thanks for your contribution. You know why crime can't fix? All you really want to know why we still have crime and why crime can't fix? Go easy crime, you know. Indirectly, we love crime. We love crime. We love bubble. When it's time to fix things and get things right and proper, we don't wait proper. We don't wait right. We don't want it fixed. Doesn't matter who you support. We do not want crime to be fixed. We're not serious about it. We're not serious about it at all. Call it morning.
Morning again. Oh, is it morning still?
Well, it's afternoon, yeah.
Afternoon, yes. I have one question. I'll point out something. Besides, in town, we had, what was the name of the place? We had one or two others, what you call, oh yeah, let me see if I get that more readily. House of Ill Repute. I think you know what I'm speaking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. And the ladies that would be in some of these places mostly were of Spanish descent. May have a Guyanese or thing. But if you go down south and you decide to visit the establishment down south, ask any male who visit one of those places, what preferable race a woman you would find there? And how did they come here? They didn't jump on a plane and come. This is not something happening today. And if the woman come in, the guns come in. And if the guns come in, the drugs come in. You understand my point, my brother?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Down south. Go ahead.
I don't know, you know. You really want change, boy? Or is it that we comfortable with the PNM, UNC, PDP bacchanal? I hear Kizell Jackson going to open a political party or is on the verge of asking supporters if she should. This is what we like. Yeah? Yeah, I feel this is what we like. This is what we like. We don't like the real thing, you know. We want to walk around and there are persons walking around in Trinidad and Tobago who holding guns, who have guns, and they have all kind of charges against them. And the normal citizen of Trinidad and Tobago have to go through the world of things and still can't get through. But there are people out here who have a set of loose screws. The other day, the guy, this activist, and he sold their boyfriend. I mean, he sold their friend, sorry. Yeah, well, I said correct. He sold their boyfriend. You know, all their mind corrupt. And look at the kind of people that are holding firearms. And all you want to give more people firearms to hold to do what? Let me wash my mouth. Call the morning. Afternoon, sorry.
Afternoon again. The deal. But today I was listening to your caller just now there who called to talk about things. Now, let us go back to 2011 when Mr. Decessor went to United Nations. It is she who went there and tell them about hotspots. That is recorded there in the United Nations and it's recorded down here. Right? And so it is she who ended up started this thing about putting on lab and telling people on them that lab until and this place is hotspot. But the gentleman was calling. I wanted to ask him. His MP, the MP for Point of Pierre is charged for white collar crime. And then basically, when the scrap iron dealers, 97% of scrap iron dealers were in Point of Pierre. So I wanted to know basically, we had a lot of crimes was done by scrap iron dealers. So those was done by the National Security Minister and the Prime Minister. And they did, and very constituents. Their constituents don't have no you see how we basically use racism and other things in nice and subtly and pass off racism. Because if you want to claim one side doesn't have that and this side have it, because everything is just on the one side how it is, but then basically you want the same side to come and put you into office. So then basically end up what we could do, have live sport and when we Mr. Daly was getting live sport report and read it. And when Mr. Chester and play or tape and play when he was saying but with the criminal activities, murders and all those sort of things were in live sport, that was under her government, a testimony that she used with her mouth. But then basically she come in to solve crime. And all of them would come to solve crime is the interest to them. People try to tell you, well, according to I'll put it not quite nicely, that you do it. You know how got to give their brain and you can think for yourself. And they can think for you. And basically that they will give you everything. So you would work for nothing. And all your muscles after a period of time will basically make you just die from natural causes because you do that and just getting something.
Thank you. When I come back from the break, I want to get calls in. Let's put together a crime plan. The Street 919 FM, viewers, listeners, trolls, everybody. Both sides. Everybody on both sides, what y'all call in after this break. Let's put together. Let's unite because you know what's our problem? Our problem is we don't want to come together. We don't want to come together and do it for the better of country. We rather do it where we have political pips, political mileage, and everything in between than come together and let's do this for country. How many of us putting aside politics and let's do it for country? Let me come back. We're going to formulate our crime plan. Let me see how much of you all will call in to formulate and put your input onto what will make Trinidad and Tobago a better place when we come back.
Every corner you meet and they complimented by our dirty streets. Then we wonder why in our sister isle, why they don't like Trinis to come and spend time. Well, you see, it's much more than payment.
It's the weekend.
Yo. It's a feel-good weekend.
On the street.
I wanna make love to you.
Where we turn down the talk and turn up the music. Playing all your favorite songs and artists of yesterday and today.
We sing, send me after them before. When all the sun get red, I'm like a blazing fire.
Right here on the street, 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The Clifton Hill Beach Resort presents Borough Anniversary Dinner and Dance on Saturday, 29 April at the Clifton Hill Beach Resort, Point Fortin. Dinner and dance cost $500, $250 for the dance only. Dinner will be served from 6:30 to 9 p.m. After 9 p.m., it's party time with Pal, Joey Lewis, Mr. Desmond, and Alfred B. With a special guest, the Baron. You can win dance prizes and door prizes. Tickets strictly from advertised outlets only. The Neighborhood Grill, Clifton Hill Beach, Sion's Bar, Coffee Street, San Fernando, and WAC Radio. Let's put some class back into our Borough celebrations in the Borough Anniversary Dinner and Dance. Get your tickets early.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy. Wow. Here at O'Neill Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Wow. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Good afternoon, Dale. Dale, I just wanted to find out if we have a new border in Trinidad and Tobago, or we have a new port of entry. The borders are still the same by air and by water. All these people who work in these different institutions who are involved in our national security, the customs, the Coast Guard, the Army, all these people who function at these different levels, they need to have an audit into these people and them. The thing is greed really stemming crime. If your job is to guard the borders and your salary is $3,000 a month, work with that. You want to get 10,000, and the reason you can get 10,000, you have to turn your back to something. Allow this to pass, allow that to pass. That is the source of the whole thing. Everybody know that, but everybody playing smart and politicizing the whole thing. It's people who are taking money to allow this thing to enter our country and causing havoc. If we could control this support of entry by sea and by air, we could get rid of the problem. But too much people have been benefited over the years. This organization didn't form yesterday. It is years these networks are in place. Governments come and government go. But we have to put a stop to it because it's endangering our future.
You know, they say some of the greatest revelations is happening in the toilet. Well, they don't laugh at me. But as I went on out there, I just went down in the toilet for a little bit and started washing my face. That's a little refresher. And the question came to me, Dale, why is it that we really don't want to unite in Trinidad and Tobago? Why is it that the powers, the governments, the political leaders don't want to come together? And I got a very vivid, straight to the point, blunt response. I don't know if all you want to hear it, But this is my view and my view only. And I believe that the reason why we don't want to come together is because of accountability. When we come together, it's harder for corruption. Because everybody had to answer somebody. All you understand where I'm going, right? Well, let me open back the phone lines. Call her morning. Afternoon, I mean.
Dale.
Hey, Panadol.
Morning.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm wrong. Maybe I from the old school, but I think a crime prevention plan is the sole responsibility of the Commissioner of Police.
I thought so too.
And of various team captains. And it's supposed to be confidential.
No,
a
we
crime,
like Mama Guy.
A crime plan is, to me, is the Pennywise heist in La Romaine, where security guards were killed. The UNC get a sitting judge to resign, make him justice minister, to ambush the president Independence Night, to proclaim Section 34. That is a crime plan, a perfect crime plan. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Phone lines are open. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Dale, I'll piggyback in a little bit on the previous caller. Who the head of the government when we had close 34?
Who was the government? You tell me. I'm afraid to call names. You tell me.
Don't call no name, because them like the name call, Them just put Man in the front answer for them and say the front thing was wrong.
Right.
Who interfere with the contract to build the road from San Fernando to Point? They're going to tell you who is responsible for that. Who is the government in charge of that? They're going to tell you not know that. Dale, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. These people trying to turn everything upside down. And the mill go grind, and they go grind slow but sure. Because there is where all the money and all kind of thing going. Look at all of them contract. Look, when you reach Curep flyover was a contract. Most of the hospitals what the government bill was under contract. They get the one from Port of Spain North, the whole of the northern side of the hospital. That was condemned years under them. And they never see about it. They leave it right there. Suppose we had a earthquake and a pandemic fall. You know how much people are going and get passed out in that thing? And they never do nothing concerning these things, Dale. And you have people coming and supporting that stupidity like what's going on in my place. Saying I support. How you go support people so? It's wrong. Look what happened. Look what happened to Piaco Airport, Dale. Dale, you see the amount of billions of dollars that these people interfere with and send outside there, and then you want people signing things to let people get away and all, and saying they go appeal. Are you happy that they go appeal? You're telling America to sanction me for selling second-hand oil to Aruba from Venezuela. All this kind of wrong thing, all you're doing. And these people saying no, then having these little mushroom head fellas coming and talking foolishness to a sensible population like 91.9 who listening to something that is sensible and is truthful. There you have a blessed day. Reach home safe. Bless Trinidad and Tobago. Have a nice afternoon, brother.
You too.
Yeah, man.
Just before I take this next call, I'm looking for a piece of paper here. I know who book it is here, but I taking my book. I have a pen, and we're dealing with crime plan. What are the things that we're going to do to better TNT? That's what I want to know. Good afternoon, caller.
Good. Watch me. You ever go down Venezuela by boat?
No, sir.
Right. If you go down Venezuela by boat or coming out Venezuela by boat, then wooden boat, where we can't pick up, you can't find nobody coming out of there at all. But you come out, it has some little hole in the like lagoon and all kind of thing. What a wooden boat swinging there. If you ain't see them swinging there, you can't know they swinging there. You can't pick them up with that. The amount of them when they swing there about it, when they swing the one. It's about 20 things like lips free they could swing into and single band. Who going inside there? Who caused that man go inside with the boat when he know we're going up inside there? You see that? I used to go to Venezuela almost about every 2 Friday nights with some fellas walking every day. They had family on Venezuela. We ain't going to no rocket business, we're going there no one and thing. And it has some places when you're swinging there, nobody know inside there, you know. Yeah, and then they go and all kind of things going to Venezuela. So nobody can know going to say they're taking money and all. Can you take no money? You come up with about a mile from Venezuela, then you can make a dash. Because God, you can see the Coast Guard. You can see the Coast Guard, but then you can't see you have a whole wooden boat. Nobody can see a wooden boat. Nobody can pick you up with that. Come on. We have to do something about that. Stop taking money. Over the kids, their man is taking money. Stop taking money. And it has so much point you could come to Trinidad from Venezuela. Almost right there on Trinidad and Tobago. Be careful. We are the watchman for ourselves. You know something, you see something, say something about it. Again.
Let's keep it short, guys. We just have a couple more minutes. You know, right after is the Precious House. And we don't have time. So let's do this quickly. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Dave.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Porter Spain?
Well, I'm here. I always listen. I don't get in often. But I'll be amazed at some of these callers and them. How they'll be saying, I ain't on no side and I ain't in nobody. And then when you hear the comment, then you realize that they feel all of us born in La La Land. Now then, I find it very funny. How come that the UNC, who like the courthouse, hadn't put some of the members who came out and speak about human trafficking right within the UNC, and they alleged certain members of the UNC. I am only wondering, how come that nobody has put any one of these people before the court to say that it's not true? And why it is the UNC call us so abreast the year crime plan and nobody want to nobody human trafficking? Kamala Bissett had a crime plan. Her crime plan was to extend for attendance in government by 3 months and 14 days. We got the rice for $400 million. A public servant had to run and hide outside for her life. Murders after murders. And then within that, we got Section 34. Don't forget that name. And a caller has indicated and pointed out a judge was announced as a candidate who was supposed to be resigning at 12 in the night at 10 p.m. on a political platform. Then, thank you very much for allowing me this contribution. I do listen to you, and you make a lot of sense. I know you don't want to tell some of these people and them they have to be crazy, like some of them who went and asked the question why it is we have people checking on Carnival Day for license, such as the licensing officers. Then that is the work, and they could check anytime, especially Carnival time. Each and every one of those trucks have to be insured. Thank you again.
Thank you, caller. Guys, I want you all, you know, we don't have much time. And, you know, from the time you see the countdown starts, I got to make my way out because I have to give pressure some time to set up and all these different things. So my time is limited on a Sunday. And I know everybody have something to say, but let's do it quickly. Quickly is the name of the game. Good afternoon, caller.
So let me see if I can connect some dots for here quickly. Now, Friday, there was a parliament sitting. But anyhow, let me forget that. I'm going to go back to that because you're meant to move kind of fast there. Let me see if I can connect some dots for you. I have the largest drugs pusher in Trinidad and Tobago, biggest known drug pusher in Trinidad and Tobago. Who was his lawyer? What does his lawyer become? A member of a political party. I have a man where Johnny Abraham used to go on a TV show to promote a crime host. And the crime host supporter was a man buy a plane and create havoc in Shogunat. You understanding the connection here? I have a man, Jack Warner Brink, name moving coordinator, tell me he saw a drug stop pull up in Trinidad and Tobago. After that, I had the largest cocaine bus ever leave Trinidad and Tobago. And here what going on? It leaving in a thing marked Trinidad and Tobago, you know. It left in cans. Could you can all of that, partner? Could a small man in Laventille can all that amount of orange juice? Connect the dots. And understand, I have a man that was Minister of Finance fighting extradition for 20-something years. And up comes Volney and give me Section 34. You know why it is we can't move along? And we want to solve crime. When magistrates in court was supposed to get something that they would have get by now, if Section 34 did do what it's supposed to do in the right way, we would not be having a conversation about the DPP and problem and all that. Because masters and everything would have been in place. You understand? So there's a group of people who knows deliberately for 20-something years what it is they are doing, why it is they are doing what they are doing. Section 34 just exposed that. And here what's going on. If we allow them, then we would have the first Attorney General before the court with, not Queen's Counsel no more, King's Counsel. And I have one who have a Mercedes-Benz with questions to answer. You understand why it is we fighting what we fighting? They're not fighting for Trinidad, they are fighting for them.
Thank you, caller. Countdown is on. Think about it is that so much things to say. I'm just scrolling through in my WhatsApp group here, and I'm seeing same area, Johnny Abraham, Shogunas Police Station. 2 female cops were engaged. Let me make sure all you see I ain't making up no story. 2 female cops were engaged in a physical confrontation in the charge room of the Shogunas Police Station. All you seen it here. Look at it here. The physical squabble happened Thursday night while a female civilian was in the charge room lodging a report. The one by the desk was shouting at the other female officer sitting behind her phone. She was frustrated and was saying she has no help, and the other officer behind got offended and pushed the officer by the desk. They had a scuffle and an inspector came in the door and took both female officers to the back. The incident stemmed over who should take statements from the civilian. These are the things that are happening. We need to ask everyone to come and call and make a crime plan. Let me show you this now. I'm going to rip it out here. This is our crime plan here. Y'all seen it? Y'all see the crime plan? I asked you all to call in and let's talk about creating a crime plan. Are we going to do the solution? Watch it. Y'all seen it here, right? Y'all seen anything on it? Exactly. I ain't taking no more calls. I've seen the calls blazing. We had to sit and ask ourselves, do we really want change in Trinidad and Tobago? We want better? Yes or no? I think this is where I wrap it up for today. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Keep it locked. Don't go anywhere. Up next, Precious House. So, wipe all your foot and come in and have a relaxful Sunday. I don't know how to feel. But the only way crime is going to change in Trinidad and Tobago is if we push for better, we push for unity, we push for togetherness, and we start filling this list up. I'll come back again Tuesday and see if it is I can get this list filled. You all have an enjoyable Sunday. See you until next time.
It's murders, killings galore. So much gunmen fighting needless war. Can't tell you stay, can't tell you go, 'cause this still the land we used to know. Homeless, every corner you meet, and they're complimented by a
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
It's the weekend.
Yo. It's a feel-good weekend.
On the street.
I wanna make love to you.
Where we turn down the talk and turn up the music. Playing all your favorite songs and artists of yesterday and today.
We sing, say me after them